Jesus. Oh, whatever. I've been thinking a lot about what artists are in relation to their audience. I mean, I've been thinking about this a lot because a lot of things have happened recently. Specifically, I'm talking about Andrew Hussie. I'm going to pick this up because I'm tired of sitting. Andrew Hussie is the brainchild of the MS Paint, Microsoft Paint Adventures, specifically his most famous work, Homestuck. Andrew Hussie, beyond that, is a very controversial creator. He's well known for being rather abrasive, especially towards his audience, as well as, you know, if you get a team of people behind your back, abuse is bound to happen. That's what happens when artists suddenly start getting a big team behind them. That's what happened with Vivzy Pop. That's what happens really anytime. I mean, that's why so many directors end up being like Lars von Trier famously had did pretty fucked up shit. That's kind of a cultural problem when it comes to artists, and specifically when they're in control of human lives, and those human lives are responsible for the art that only they can really envision. Abuse is bound to happen when that situation comes up. But we're not going to be talking about that really too much. Instead, I wanted to really get into the topic of what is an artist in relation. What is the relationship between the artist and their audience? Does the artist owe the audience anything? My answer is no. Absolutely not. There's this quote by fuck. Now I can't remember his name. He's like a video game reviewer, which, I fucking hate critics. But, God, I'm not gonna be able to fucking think about his name. Damn, man. Shit. Yeah, I'll forget about it for now. But he basically said, that criticism and critique are a gift for creatives. And that really irked me. Again, that's irked is a very mild way to put it. I was pissed the fuck off because a gift for us, bitch. We're the ones putting shit out. We're the ones giving you the stuff that you fucking look at. You looking at this fucking gift horse in the mouth and be like, ooh, it's not as good as that last one you put out. It's not as dynamic. Fucking. It's not as good. Fuck critics. Anyway, I personally think that art is a gift to its audience. It is not owed. The nature of a gift is that you are selfless enough to take a piece of yourself and give it to someone. That is the nature of gifting. It is a sacrifice, because you are sacrificing your time and you're sacrificing effort. Most likely you are sacrificing money, and you are giving people something. So art in of itself is a gift to its audience. So if the audience suddenly has expectations about that art, if the audience suddenly has expectations about what that art should be, or whether or not it should even be available to them, that's delusional. Now, I'm not saying that I was like super stoked when Andrew Hussie started taking down the unofficial Homestuck like preservation thing. I was pretty pissed. But I am not Andrew Hussie. And that's what I had to really think about, is that I'm not owed Homestuck. Nobody's owed the possibility of Homestuck. Preservation is important, but it's different when it's someone like Andrew Hussie. It's different when it's an artist, and it's different when it's like a fucking mega corporation, because obviously the whole stop killing games thing is pretty important, I would say, but also it's different when it's the brainchild themselves who really just doesn't want it out there in that format. Now, keep in mind, I also think it's kind of weird that he's kind of also using that as like a Trojan horse for his special project with VivziePop. Seems a little weird. Seems a little fucking sellouty, but again, I can't really judge. I'm not him. And I think that's the conclusion I've come to, is that like it's not right to expect things of an artist, because again, you're not owed anything just because you like an artist. You're not, like, the artist doesn't owe you shit. The artist doesn't owe me shit. I'm an artist, but like, I just put my shit out there. I don't really care how people take it. And the other thing too is that like Andrew has been someone who has so fervently been trying to keep control of the thing that he created. And I think there's also an argument to be made that he made a choice of putting what he made out there, and that it would no longer really be his once it was out there for the public consumption. I don't know. I've been back and forth on that personally, but what I will say is that the way people react to specifically story decisions that Andrew Hussie makes. I'm not talking about his team. Obviously I don't know jack shit about Homestuck 2, which, is barely made by him. But specifically, when people talk about Homestuck, the original Homestuck, most people don't get it. Most people don't actually get Homestuck. Most people haven't actually fully read Homestuck. And the thing is that Homestuck, as is, including Act 6, including all of Act 6, is quite possibly the very last true postmodern work of fiction. People want things to be cleanly wrapped up. People want things to be cohesive. People expect cohesion. People expect things to make sense. This is a problem that Western critical analysis has like birthed, is this idea that things need to cohere, things need to make sense. And Andrew Hussie did not fucking stay in a house for several years doing nothing but making his fucking comic to make sense. He did it to make Homestuck. And whether or not any of it makes sense, it is what he wanted to make. And if you don't like that, that's fine. But it's not your prerogative to make it something that is not. It's not your fucking problem to fix something because you can't fix someone else's art. That's something that I've always had a problem with on the internet, is that everyone seems to think that they know the intentions of the artist, and you don't. You don't. Only the artist knows that. Only Andrew Hussie knows what Homestuck is. I don't know what Homestuck... Nobody fucking knows what Homestuck is. Andrew Hussie knows. But people seem to think that there's like an objective flaw with Homestuck, specifically with like Act 6. And with like how things change throughout the fucking comic. It's ridiculous. Did you watch Evangelion and then get to End of Eva and suddenly like the fact that things weren't making sense anymore turned you off from it? Most people fucking watched that and are like, no, because that was the point. It was doing this fucking crazy thing and it had a point. Oh, but suddenly when Andrew Hussie does it, the exact same fucking thing, suddenly it doesn't make sense and it's wrong. I think this point might have gotten away from me a little bit. I'm just saying, I think the main point, what is the relationship between the artist and the audience? Well, the relationship is an effect in giving people shit, and then those people, what it should be is you know, it's really, it's just a one-sided thing, you know? I want other people to hear what I have, so I'm putting it out there. I want people to see what I'm making, so I'm going to put it out there. Whether you like it or not, I don't give a shit. Because, you know, there will be people who like my shit, and if you don't like it, then fuck off. Then fuck off. Go die. I don't care. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's not that way, because people seem to think that they are the master of the universe, when in fact it's the artists who are the master of the universe. You don't have control here. We do. We're the ones making shit. We don't have to fucking listen to you. Yeah, that's just it. You know, if you want to have control, then become an artist. Become your own artist. Don't try to get me to make the art that you want to make, you know? I'm not your fucking... I'm not doing a commission for you. Alright? You gotta pay me money for that shit. And you gotta, like, personally pay me. You gotta get on my fucking... You gotta find my fucking Discord and be like, oh, I want you to make this. Fucking boo boo boo. You know that. But, you know... We're not gonna make the art that you want. You have to do that yourself. Yeah. That's pretty much it.